Yo guys, how's it going? So today we were just going to try to go over the progress that's been made so far on the automation of our strategy. I've been working on a bit, getting that Ninja script practice in, so we'll see where we got. So last time we wrapped up, some of the issues we had were at least some of the things I noted. Let me pull up my code real quick. Here it is. This section here, one of the big things I was thinking about last time was if orders are getting hit, we need to make sure we're tracking the values properly. So we did make some progress on that. We'll go over that in a sec, but some of the other issues we had were the orders actually being created. Maybe we could detect that the account exists, and maybe we had the actual executions of those orders getting detected, but we weren't really doing anything with that. And the other thing we were trying to do was figure out our point math here. So as you see with me scrolling through this, there's probably a few more comments, a little bit more code than last time. So we're gonna quickly touch on all that and just give everyone an update. So with the orders being executed, we finally had a way to, recognize that they were executing and kind of see the values coming in. But we did not have an actual method of sending our own orders back to the system. So the past couple of days I worked on confirming the values was actually what took the most time, but getting the position of the account and sending an order was also like a big part. So once we confirmed this value calculation just by a lot of trial and error, checking against various charts with all these print statements, when we would, see an order, we'd see what the actual price value on the chart was next to the actual price we're calculating. That helped out a lot. Sorry, I'm thinking about all this. There was so much we worked on stream, I'm saying we. So we finally have it at the point where we are actually getting the points and using those points only if they're above our threshold that we're looking for. Then we submit basically a stop order, right? So we have the part where we place an order, it watches, and manually I hit buy or sell. And as the market moves, if it goes plus X number of points, right now we have it at 1 point is our threshold, so it has to go to like 1.25. Once it hits 1.25, we actually see a line drawn. I'm going to bring this up real quick to show you guys. Right now I have the simulated data feed on. So you see I have this trend option right here, and you see this market here. If I hit this and hit it down, you'll see this market will start to trend down very quickly. So this is actually what I started using to test. It sped things up a lot. But yeah, so the point here is we're trying to show you guys what it looks like now. So once we show this, I can also go over some of it in more detail. So we'll apply that. So now we see right up here on the left-hand side, it's actually active. It's watching. The trend is right in the middle, and I'm going to sell.
Order filled.
So what I should have done, and I'm going to do right now, is pull up the output window. So you see now we actually have it capturing the position, the trade, here are the points. So I want it to go down, right? We really only worked on the positive. So right now this is in the negative. So if we're shorting and it goes up, giving you guys this example here, if we send this down, you'll see as it goes positive, we'll start to see more messages come into this console over here on the side. And what's going on here is once it passes the threshold, it actually automatically,
Order submitted.
Look at that, sets our stop. And did you see that? It's moving with the market. So I actually made it successfully trail back to like
order
normalizing.
filled.
It popped back up and it hit. And look, test execution 1 hit. That was see the name. I feel like that had some extra text on it. It might be getting cut off, but so now it's running still. And as I mentioned earlier, we did do some logic to reset the trade information. So it's printing a bunch out right now. Hit buy,
order filled.
and you'll see it's a little bit down. Now if we knock it back up, it's tracking it again. And I wish I could speed this up a little bit, but the simulation still takes a little time too. Like our own, But here we go.
Order submitted.
And there it was at 1.25. It made a sell, and it's trailing up. We see it moving. And now, if I bring this back down to bring the market down, we should see that get hit. And our position
order
should
filled.
close. And we're now flat. Boom. Test execution 1 again. Hit it. So cool, right? I'm just gonna remove this strategy right now so we don't have it running back here. I'll just leave this running. Gonna put that right in the middle though, so it doesn't like crash that market there. So those problems that we had, resetting the account data or like tracking the trade data, actually figuring out the threshold and the number of points, and then placing those orders, and then adjusting those orders. All of that we were able to take care of in the past couple of days. So now, looking forward, some of the things that we have to do include the adjusting of the order if it goes into the negative. So we saw, like we're going to hear it.
Order filled.
Oh, I hit ask. Interesting. So see how it's negative? These points being negative, that use case is not yet, or condition is not yet handled. So that's the next spot that we're going to have to flesh out. In addition to that, the order tracking itself needs to be
Order filled.
also fleshed out and confirmed. Right now, it's just a real quick setting of these prices based off of what the account. So if the account has a trade that executes and it is our test execution trade, we then go and check reset. But this is not robust enough for all of our use cases. In addition, we have the same idea with this current stop order, where we create this once and we're kind of just letting this happen. This is just because we're testing right now, where it's just sitting here like this. Couple of checks that just reset it or change it. Something that's tracking this order a bit more effectively. If anything happens outside of this, for example, my account's running, I hit sell, I enter a position, right? It starts tracking. Now if I hit sell again and add to that position, it's not currently adjusting these correctly, and because of that, it's also not adjusting this correctly. And then even if it does adjust these correctly, which there are cases where it does, this order still does not know to reset. And so as long as the current price or current point action stays the same, this order is still just sitting in the same spot. So it didn't, if you have it go up, for example, and it hits 1 point, and then it hits 1.25, it makes the limit or the stop at 1 point, right? Then if it just stays at that point, but I hit sell and add to it, it will keep that stop at that same point rather than like adjusting it up or down based off of what the cumulative account position is now, after adding in those new contracts. So that is something that we'll have to fix, the tracking of those orders at that point. Besides that, we're getting pretty close. With the trailing, it's very promising that was successful, because that means a lot of the logic that we're using is actually correct. Placing of the orders, even though they're unmanaged, and tracking of the points, watching that happen and having our expectations met was very nice. So hopefully we continue with that. And yeah, until next time, guys, I'll keep working on this and see if we can get the order management cleaned up, as well as the actual order adjusting on the opposite side of the trade. Thanks all for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.